Okay, good morning, everybody. Oh, good afternoon. Good Erev Shabbos. I received a comment on my video from a few days ago, which was entitled "Today's Hanukkah Battle: The Attacks on Yeshivos," and it's a comment from xMorningShadowx. He sent it 2 hours ago from when I'm recording this. It'll take a little while for it to upload, but not too long. And he says as follows: "You mentioned that you believe that people want to control your schooling. You mentioned that you believe that people want to control your schooling. What do you believe is the reason for this?" So thank you for asking, and we can try to address some of this. I mean, there are many issues we can address as far as why would this be, and there are many, and it really doesn't matter what my opinion is on this as much as just basically discussing the various opinions and let people make their own decisions as to what's causing this. Because it is interesting. What's interesting is, for decades, the state had a certain status quo when it came to parochial schools. And all of a sudden, it seems to be an issue. A major reason why it's an issue is because a few vocal people have stood up who were not happy with the schooling that they received, or maybe just really more in general, just not happy with their lot in life and looking for an excuse to blame, why things are, a specious excuse. And for those who don't know what specious means, I would refer to The Simpsons, where there were bears. Well, there was one bear that was walking around in Springfield, and so the people asked for the bear patrol to come, and so there was helicopters, all these things that taxpayers were paying for, and it was. And people were upset about this and that. They were upset on both ends. So, but at one point, Homer says, well, the Bear Patrol seems to be working. And Lisa said, well, that's specious reasoning. And then Homer said, well, thank you. And she says, by your lot, what do you mean that the Bear Patrol is working? I was like, well, I don't see any bears around here, do you? And she's like, well, by your logic, I could say that this rock keeps tigers away. He's like, well, how does it work? And she's like, well, it doesn't. It's just a regular old rock. But I don't see any tigers around, do you? And he's like, Lisa, I'd like to buy this rock from you. And then when he opens up the tax bill, his paycheck, he noticed there's the bear tax, and he's like, let the bears pay the bear tax. I pay the homer tax. She's like, that's the homeowner tax. We're like, this is the biggest tax increase in history. She's like, actually, it's the smallest tax increase in history. But and then they just blamed everything on illegal immigrants. Right, that was Diamond Joe Quimby, a Democrat, by the way, I assume. Well, no, he definitely is. Nothing to assume about.